This project is a pilot study using a Canopy of Thoughts artwork and a mind walk research framework to understand the psychological effects of the global climate crisis. The project is grounded in scientific, theoretical, and artistic research, working from the following problem question: how to define and measure experiences of dissociation through the metaphorical relationship of protagonist and narrative, utilizing concept mapping techniques and sensory aspects to understand the role of embodiment in climate psychology. The concept map template tool used in this study references the artwork titled A Canopy of Thoughts, which is an artistic metaphor that symbolizes the protagonist in the process of navigating their mind within the context of their life narrative. You can now see a selection of concept maps returned from research participants in the earlier stages of the study, which show a variety of ways in which individuals presented their narratives using concept mapping. Concept maps can demonstrate how people visualize relationships between various concepts. The concept map you see now visually demonstrates the concepts in the Canopy of Thoughts artwork and the Mind Walk framework. Climate crisis is a term describing global warming, climate change, and their consequences. The term has been used to describe the threat of global warming to the planet. Climate psychology is a new way of understanding our collective denial in the face of worsening climate change. Dissociation is a process whereby an individual feels disconnected from their memories and emotions due to traumatic events.
Okay, well, it started with the Australia on fire. All Australia was on fire. It was everywhere. Everything was melted. Like everything, cups were melted. And
what do you think?
Oh God,
I
don't know.
It's really interesting that our physical body is only a very small part of us.
Because I just went off.
In us, there's so much,
Whether
and
we're
that's
walking in a
represented
forest
by
or
that.
we're walking under a canopy.
And it is
Really,
like we
we're
carry
under
that
the canopy of the
around with us
biosphere the entire
all the time, but it's not visible.
I just went off on in my thoughts and feelings.
Why not create the space where our thoughts are a canopy as well, that is part of our mind sphere?
Again, it's a reminder of how big a deal that was.
It really reminded me of Atlas and the Greek mythology, weighed down by their thoughts. You know, how Atlas and you can really sort of connect to the fact that that's what's coming out of them, but it does give you that, that connection back to that mythology at the same time.
Overwhelmed. Too much to hold. Too much to process.
The context.
Too much to respond to.
A bushfire approaching.
Too much to feel. Frozen in this heat. Fight or flight. Hypervigilant. Adrenaline-fueled action.
Rushing around in my body.
Frozen in thought. Frozen in feeling.
Unprecedented.
Fight or flight. Frozen in fighting.
Scared.
Fighting for survival, for my past memories, my memories.
It's like Armageddon.
The future, my future. Suspended in mind. Mind suspended in body. Body suspended in mind and memory. Caught off the ground, full of feelings, suspended in flight. Looking up into the forms, the fog, the fear, thoughts attached to trauma, circling ahead, whirling ahead, swirling, whirring, storming, moving and evolving. In 2019, in Australia, my home country and my home region, the South Coast in New South Wales, experienced the catastrophic climate disaster known as the Black Summer. I was not there in person. What I remember is the excruciating anxiety and grief of watching on a global broadcast the intimate part of my home and childhood being burned, destroyed, devoured by fire. The plants, the animals, the places. I felt so powerless. The experience became so overwhelming that I could not focus on the present. I had to disconnect to function. And from this disconnection, this detachment, this trauma and grief came a desperation to create a structured method, a positive way to listen, to process the difficult and formative experiences, and to share knowledge. A canopy of thoughts, our canopy of thoughts, a cognitive architecture made visual. We are in crisis. The Earth is in crisis, a global climate crisis.